to show you some of my favorite stretches to do on a foam roller. This is going to be your best friend, especially if you're a runner. You can do so many stretches, really work out that tightness, work out the knots in your hips, your legs, your calves, your lower back, all of those trouble spots, those hot spots, especially for runners. Also great if you're pregnant. I wish I had had this while I was pregnant with my daughter. I would have been in heaven. I probably would have been sitting on it for about half an hour every night. Also too, if you have any tightness, especially like I said, the lower body, the back tightness, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tool to have. Really all you need 10, 15 minutes with this every night, especially after those long runs. I usually spend most of my cool down on this thing, trying to get those muscles loosened up so that I'm not as sore the next day. Go ahead, I'm going to run you through some of my favorite stretches on this. So, if you'd like to see more stretches on this, just let me know, because I can definitely get those up and ready for you. First one is going to be the piriformis stretch. This one is great, especially if you have sciatic nerve problems. Most sciatic nerve pain is caused by tightness of the piriformis muscle. That muscle is this teeny tiny little muscle. It's in your hip, it's one of the rotators, and what happens is that sciatic nerve runs right through the piriformis muscle. That piriformis gets tight, it gets irritated, it pinches on the sciatic nerve, causing sciatic pain, which is usually some pain that shoots down the back of your thighs into your knees. So, for that stretch, you're going to be sitting on the foam roller itself. You're going to get into a figure 4 pose. The figure 4 pose means you're going to bring the ankle up onto the knee of the opposite foot. If you're looking down at your legs, basically it looks like an upside down 4. You're going to kind of rotate off to the side here a little bit. Just kind of roll your butt back and forth. And eventually you will find the spot, and you will know it when you find it because you'll be in excruciating pain. You're going to want to hold it there for just a little while. Kind of roll it out a little bit more, really get deep into that muscle. Kind of come back and hit that spot again. Once again, hold it for probably about 30 seconds or so right on that spot, just to really work it out. Kind of hit it a few times to get it nice and loosened up. Make sure you hit the other side as well. Again, just kind of lean off to the side. Probably have to play with it a little bit just to be able to find that spot. And one side might be tighter than the other. I know my right side, for whatever reason, is a little bit tighter than my left side right now. So this isn't hurting nearly as bad as the other side did. Just kind of roll it out, try and find that spot. If you don't have a foam roller, another great tool to have, especially for piriformis problems, like I said, if you're pregnant, this is going to be this stretch is probably going to be your best friend, is a tennis ball. Take a tennis ball, kind of sit on a hard wooden chair, just roll your butt around on it, find that piriformis muscle, really dig in deep. Second stretch is going to be the IT band stretch. So, for that, you're going to roll down on your side. And starting here, kind of right around the knee, just going to roll back and forth up along the side of your thigh, really digging in nice and deep. I found the best way to do this is to put your other leg in front to kind of give you some support and keeping this, the leg that you're working on up off the ground, kind of up on your knee or up on your elbow. Give you some leverage. And you're just going to roll back and forth. Once again, you're probably going to find some hot spots in there. Usually for me, it's kind of that mid-thigh area. I like to sit there and I like to concentrate on that. Really get it nice and loose. Come all the way up to the thigh as well. IT band, very, very, very long. Runs all the way from your thigh to just below the knee. So go back and forth. And once again, make sure you get on the other side as well. So, IT band, again, other leg in front. Just kind of roll back and forth. And same with the piriformis. The IT one side is going to get a little bit tighter than the other one. Just kind of find that spot right in there. And just kind of hold. Really get that tension out of the IT band. From there, we're going to work on our hamstrings. So for the hamstring, bend one knee, other knee's going to be, other leg's going to be nice and straight. I'm just going to roll back and forth on there. Once again, if you have any hot spots, just sit there, just on a hot spot. Luckily my hamstrings are not too bad today. Kind of get the butt up off the ground. Hold your body weight up with your arms. Once again, other side. Just once again roll back and forth on that. Make sure you're getting the whole length of the muscle so you really elongate, really get that nice deep stretch going on. Alright, from there we're going to move on to the quads. And for the quads, we're going to kind of get in. I like to get down in a plank position for this, or a low plank. You're just going to kind of roll back and forth. We're kind of knee to hip. Once again, find any hot spots. Just kind of roll, stay right on that spot. If you really want to trigger one, a little bit harder with this one. Kind of go in and then knee a little bit, so you're really working on the one. All right, from there we're going to go down into the shins now. So for that, once again, get into a nice little plank. Just run those shins up and down. If you have shin splints, that's a great stretch. It's really going to target right on the medial tibial, or the anterior tibialis muscle. That's kind of the muscle that runs right here along the bone here in the front of your shin. Usually if you get kind of the higher up shin splints, it's usually that anterior tibialis that's getting a little bit tight, a little bit sore. So, the stretch I just showed you, great if you're getting some shin splint issues going on. A lot of runners get them. So that's one way to kind of work those out. And then from there, we're going to go into the calves. You're going to do one leg or both at the same time. I like to do them both together since my calves usually don't get all that tight. Once again, just going to kind of roll back and forth. Lift that butt up off the ground a little bit. Just roll back and forth. Really making sure you get in deep. You want to go all the way down towards the Achilles. That'll help get that soleus muscle. The soleus is the muscle in the back of your calf. Not the big ball muscle, but you have a muscle that kind of runs right in through here on either side of that Achilles tendon. That's your soleus muscle. Most people forget about it, but when you do injure it, or when it does get tight, you will know and you will never forget about it again. So, back and forth, those calves. Alright, and from there, we can go in and do a little bit of low back stuff. These are great if you're having some low back pain. Just kind of bend those knees, roll back and forth. Really, really, really massage that spine. So, if you have low back pain, this is a great one. You can also kind of get that mid-back as well. I usually like to go kind of almost a sit-up position. Just again, rolling back and forth. So, you have some lat tightness going on. Great stretch for that. And the last really good one that I like to do is a pec stretch. This feels great, especially if you have tension kind of up in between those shoulder blades. This is a great stretch to do. So for this, we're going to turn actually and lay right on top. So that the roller is going to be kind of right there on your spine. You're laying right on top of it. What this is going to do is going to raise those shoulders up off the ground. So when we lay back, try and get those arms as flat on the ground as possible. So try and get those elbows on the ground. You can roll a little bit side to side too. Like I said, if you've got some tension in that upper back, this is a great one to do. And by releasing the tightness here in the pecs, it'll relieve some of the stress that's being placed on that upper back. And so you don't have those upper back problems. So a lot of times, upper back problems, tight pecs. So you really want to stretch those pecs out. So just once again, kind of roll side to side. Kind of go up high with this. That'll help get different area. And also to go down low, off to the side. Play with the angle a little bit so that you're hitting every part of those pec muscles.